Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we have some XRP news today. We have some banking news. Be careful. We'll get to that in the second chapter. We have some Bitcoin news today. Cardano. Once again, I don't know how people aren't bullish on Cardano, but I give you some more information that shows Cardano is bullish. And we have some dollar news. Oh boy. Anytime we have to discuss T-bills, bonds, the dollar, you know, it's not going to be a fun time. Of course, you see what's happening in the market today. You see everything going down, but you got a little bit of volatility. But last I saw, everything was down significantly so. But haven't I been saying that the last 2 weeks? I said we're going to have some significant corrections and dips, especially before the halving. So you got a lot of catalysts pressing things down. Number one, selling increase. Of course, that's going to happen before the halving. So you have that. Then on top of that, you have the dollar getting stronger. I'm talking about real strong. Man, I hate a strong dollar. So then you have that. And there's a couple other catalysts, but we'll get into that another time. But let's begin here. A little bit of XRP news. We made it to the weekend again, people. I know you did a good job. I know I definitely worked my tail off. Holy smoke. This was a long week. It's been a long 2 weeks. You want to be real about it. But we made it, folks. So congratulations to you. This article is titled, Pro XRP Lawyer Spotlights New Ray of Hope in Ripple versus SEC Case. This article, once again, is titled Pro XRP Lawyer Spotlights New Ray of Hope in Ripple versus SEC Case. All right. So the SEC has had another loss. I don't think this was involving crypto, but it's significant for crypto. And this article goes as such. It says, as the Ripple versus SEC legal battle escalates, XRP attorney Bill Morgan has highlighted a positive development for Ripple. Wait a minute. I could have sworn Stuart Alderati brought this up first. I read a couple of articles on this. I don't know why they're phrasing it that way, but let's jump into it. It says, in a recent twist in the ongoing lawsuit between Ripple Labs and the Securities and Exchange Commission, Ripple CLO, that's what I thought, Stuart Alderati highlighted a significant setback for the SEC. The Second Circuit Court of Appeals rejected the SEC's appeal in the Aaron Govil case, indicating a potential shift in the regulatory landscape. I've said it from the beginning. They've been losing from the beginning, and I believe they're going to continue to lose. This is not a battle they can win, and that's why they're foaming at the mouth to go after Ethereum, to go after Uniswap, two powerhouses. Why? Why don't they go after all of these scam coins? Why don't they go after all this other stuff that's actually injurious to the people? Because they have to save face and they want to prove a point because they've been losing the Ripple case. Probably will lose the Coinbase case as well. So, you know, I don't think they're going to defeat any of these companies if these companies play it right. But then again, I'm not a mind reader. However, that's why they're doing what they're doing. But right now, we're looking great. We're in the driver's seat and we're going fast. We're in the fast car. We're in the fast car. Candy coated red. Drive it all night and pop. How many of y'all actually know that song? You're not. Nope. There's some people out there. That's from a whole different era of grown folks music. I'm just playing with you. Anyway, it says Alderati's tweet emphasized the court's conclusion on the Aaron Govil case. He noted that the case affirms, quote, if a buyer suffers no financial loss, the SEC is not entitled to disgorgement from the seller, unquote. This development sparked optimism among Ripple supporters as lawyer Bill Morgan sees it as a positive update for the blockchain payments firm. Morgan pointed out the implications of the Govil decision on the Ripple versus SEC case. In a post on X, Morgan stated, quote, if institutional investors suffer no pecuniary harm, the fact that the Second Circuit Court of Appeals did not reconsider Govil is a good thing for Ripple, of course, unquote. It says in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, the latter has alleged institutional investors have suffered a $480 million in damages owing to what? Discrimination. The latest argument stems from the SEC. The SEC has gone absolutely nuts, just my humble opinion. But I think a lot of us feel that way. From the SEC's claims that Ripple discriminated against institutional investors amid XRP on-demand liquidity sales. The SEC argues that if Ripple had registered the sales of XRP as deemed necessary, we see where this is going. It's about, of course, it's about control. And even their verbiage goes right back to control. It's completely nonsensical. And then it goes right back to control, right? It says the case would have been different. Wow. Yeah, the SEC is going to lose. And it's just my humble opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a mind reader, but this is terrible. And everything looks bad. That's why they keep suffering losses. Here's a little random tidbit before we get into all this other news. Because I've been seeing something. I've seen a lot of articles and videos about the Blade movie that they're working on. Remember Blade with Wesley Snipes? First of all, there shouldn't be a remake. That's just my humble opinion. Why shouldn't there be a remake? Because I don't think the writers of today, I don't think they have what it takes to write a movie that's so cool, action-packed, balanced, funny, edgy, takes risk. I just don't think they have it in them to do that. Blade is a classic. Then on top of that, another reason why I don't think they should do another Blade movie is because, first of all, how underrated is Wesley Snipes? Let's keep it real, folks. Two actors that are super underrated for what they have done. And they're not spoken of enough. Let's be real here. Wesley Snipes and Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is a tremendous actor. He's what made Batman cool. Number one, he made Beetlejuice cool. Number two, Multiplicity was a classic. Wesley Snipes is an underrated actor also. Very, very good. Passenger 57, awesome movie. Money Train, awesome movie. Everything I ever saw him in. Demolition Man, that performance was insane. I really thought he was Simon Phoenix when I was little. I was like, oh, this dude's crazy. Wesley Snipes is a tremendous actor. So when he took on the Blade role, he brought it to life. Now, if you haven't watched that original Blade movie, look, if you don't like vampire type movies and stuff, it's probably not for you, or action movies, probably not for you. But if you like that kind of thing, check out the original #1, Blade 1. Tremendously good. The acting is good. The funny parts are good. The action is good. He's a real martial artist. That's another thing. So he's able to pull off moves and make it look real and authentic, and not only make it look real, but make it look cool. He made it look real cool. And then he natural. See, that's the thing that's lacking in a lot of movies now, is this natural ability to be quick-witted, to say something and have it be real sharp-tongued or real clever. He has that naturally in every movie. And he can shift easily from being a real cold-hearted type of character to being a real funny character. Yeah, Wesley Snipes is underrated. No, I don't think they should do another Blade. I just don't. If they do, I would say bring back. I know he's older. To me, it doesn't matter. I don't care how old you are. I believe in you. If they're going to do another Blade, I say bring back Wesley Snipes, right? I don't remember the lady's name. Bring back that lady, because she was awesome. What? Didn't she become a vampire? Bring back that lady that was in there also, get some of those original people back. How old is Stephen Dorff? Is he still in good condition? Bring Stephen Dorff back. I don't care. Then you're cooking. All right, let's get back to the crypto. All right. So, wow. Now, see, it's good to do something light before we get into the serious news here. Listen, folks, we covered something like this recently from another big institution that was saying similar verbiage. I believe it was the what's that big organization that all the people want to be a part of, all the institutions, not the people, and it's led by Klaus Schwab. I can't remember their name, but anyway, they were talking about something similar to this that we covered about a month ago. This article is titled "International Monetary Fund Warns Cyber Attacks Could Trigger Bank Runs." And where do you think those cyber attacks are going to come from? You think it's really coming from? I mean, listen, I think that a lot of this stuff, I think they want to collapse the system. I do. I really do. So they can bring in the new financial system of which they have more control. They can earn more money. It makes perfect sense in my humble opinion, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. It says one. Whoa. Look how they're phrasing this. Not even multiples. I would think there would be a multitude of attacks, right? But they're saying one cyber attack could cripple the economy. IMF says IMF, like, obviously something that we don't. People better be careful. But let me tell you something. Go ahead and bring those banks down. Go ahead. And they're going to slip the new financial system right in. And a lot of people stand, possibly, not a guarantee, to make a lot of money. Go ahead and bring it down. Go ahead. We have the solutions. We have the answers. We're in early. It says the International Monetary Fund has warned that the increasing number of and cost of cyber attacks could destabilize economies, leading to bank runs. And that's why everybody has gold and silver protecting their value. And let me tell you something right now, those banks go down. Gold and silver, sure, it looks great right now. Oh, yeah, it's looking real good. It would skyrocket. All the people that are not in gold and silver will be running to their local Costco, and there's Walmart. I think Walmart sells gold bars now as well, right? Something like that. They're Walmarts and, emptying out the established apps that sell gold. Yeah, and the price would skyrocket. But keep in mind, see, with the new financial system, you attack one part of it, the rest of it keeps rolling. That's one of the beauties of a good blockchain. One piece could go down, the rest of it keeps rolling, keeps working, functioning. The knock-on effects of dealing with cyber attacks, such as reputational and financial losses, can spill over onto clients and other businesses, disrupting critical services. Well, wait. First, let's put this out there. If there were cyber attacks like what the International Monetary Fund is saying, and there were bank runs, people's money is going to get locked up in those banks and it will not move. We went through this last year. So if you didn't experience it, you witnessed it. They couldn't get their money out of the banks. They put a stop on that. Nope. And then what also happened? USDC was affected. You couldn't get that USDC out. Nope. Stop. So that's something people better keep in mind. Can you access your value at any time? That's going to be important into the future. You got unrealized losses hanging over their heads. You have commercial real estate hanging over their heads. You have a loose monetary policy that's never tightened up. We read something from the pros about that about a month and a half ago. We read it on the channel. So that's there. They said the monetary policy really hasn't changed. It's hung loose for too long. So that's 3. And now you have cyber attacks. That's 4 guillotines, 4 swords of Damocles hanging over their heads by a horse's hair. It says the increasing reliance on third-party security providers over in-house teams is further exacerbating the problem. There's not enough minds to go around for them to build in-house teams. They don't pay the people well enough to have the in-house teams they would need to have. Third-party providers do pay you well. That's why they have the best of the best minds and technology. It's as simple as that. And they have the time to innovate, while banks and financial services or systems, they're concentrating on just that, right? And their systems and making more money and custody and all that type of stuff. They don't have the time, or they don't want to allocate the capital to make their in-house teams better or delicious for people to join. And let's be real, in this world, it's a money game, people. You have to pay the people well. Whoever pays the best is going to get the best minds. As simple as that. It says, as a successful breach on a third party could affect a significant number of businesses. You know why they're saying this also? I'll say this. Okay, I'll throw this out there. There's been a number of massive hacks going on. You can look this up. There was one that happened about a day or 2 ago, and a lot of information got compromised. Man, a lot of important companies got compromised. People's social security numbers and things of that nature are out there now. It says heightening geopolitical tensions could also prompt state-backed hackers to target the biggest companies in order to weaken national economies and overall stability. Yeah, this definitely sounds like they heard something, because listen, they've known about these types of things for a long time, but there's a multitude of large financial leaders coming out talking about this now in the last month and a half. So now I remember, it was the World Economic Forum was speaking about this. So now you have, within 1 month's time, you have the IMF talking about something like this, and you have the World Economic Forum speaking about something like this. There's something that they know that's coming, and we'll see how it works out, folks. Just protect yourselves at all times. Listen, not advice. I can't tell you what to do, but I hope you're staying safe out there. All right. says one cyber attack could topple the dominoes. Malicious cyber threats seem to be growing at an exponential rate. Yes, I can say that. I've seen it as well. And the costs are rising too. In the US alone, the financial sector has lost $12 billion as a result of cyber incidents, with banks bearing the brunt. Banks, keep that in mind. Banks. Remember I told you? Well, we used to cover this a long time ago, but see, a long time ago, they used to actually put out the data sheets, which I posted in the videos, that show the hacks that happened on banks. Then after that, if you're a researcher like me, you saw that those data sheets kind of just went away, or they're getting buried. They're so hard to come by. Banks are not reporting when they get hacked on time. And even when people lose money out of their accounts, it's been reported the banks will take like months to report on that. They're not following any rules, really. This is from what I've seen, folks. If you see something different, I can respect that. But this is what I read from articles. This is what I have gleaned. So it says, with banks bearing the brunt, accounting for almost half of all financial industry cyber incidents since 2004. All right, there's much more to that article, but you can check that out if you want to read the rest of it on techradar.com. Once again, its title, International Monetary Fund warns cyber attacks could trigger bank runs. Not could. If it's one like what they're talking about that hits important companies hard, it will trigger bank runs. So now let's move on here. We have a lot of articles left. We're already 17 minutes in, so maybe I should skip the Brad Garlinghouse anti-scam video. I think everyone should know that Ripple or any reputable company is not going to ask you to send them XRP or, or anything like that. But Garlinghouse definitely, he wants it to be known. He wanted to speak on it. You know what? We'll cover it anyway. Very briefly, this article is titled Ripple CTO Comments on Brad Garlinghouse XRP Anti-Scam Video. It says, David Schwartz, a high-ranking executive of Ripple, the company's chief technology officer, and one of the XRPL creators, commented on a recent video published by Ripple featuring Brad Garlinghouse. In it, the Ripple chief executive takes a prominent dig at scammers who frequently impersonate him in videos published on various social media platforms, but mainly X, Twitter, and YouTube. A few people let me know throughout, I think it was last year and maybe like one this year, that some of the ads on YouTube have like a scammer Brad Garlinghouse. It's like a deep fake or something like that. Now, listen, I'm not in control of ads. YouTube is in control of ads. There's nothing that I can do about it except report it the same as you, right? That's all we can do. And then YouTube has to go remove that. But some people let me know that there was some sort of scam Brad Garlinghouse ad or something like that on some videos. That's not video specific. That's just YouTube just displays ads on everybody's videos randomly. They choose what ads play. But they do that to everybody. They will take your picture. If you're anybody of note, they will take your picture, start another channel, leave comments on your channel. They will make a deep fake of you. They will take your voice. They do that. I remember one time I went into the comment section and someone left a comment. A lot of people, they like to be first, and I appreciate that love, and I try to get in there. And I went in there to reply to somebody, and I saw my own picture. I was like, wait, what? My picture was there with a reply that doesn't even sound like how I talk. I don't even, somebody had taken my picture and made a fake alphaneme. I was like, what? What the is this? What? No, not me. Not little old me. That's crazy. So I had to block that scammer, man. I had to block that and get that out of there. But, one thing they can't replicate is how you talk, how you speak, I will never ask you to call me on I don't even know what those apps are. A WhatsApp and what's the other one? Is it Telegram? I don't even have a WhatsApp or Telegram or any of that stuff. And I wouldn't even ask anybody to call me or anything like that at all. I don't even do live streams. But anyway, just know that they will take your stuff, man. So, Brad, don't take it too, he's taking it personally, but I get it because you don't want some wrongdoing done under your name. You know what I mean? So he just addressed it in the video. That's all, to put it out there for the people like, hey, stop. Don't send your XRP to these things because this is not me. You know, that's all that was about. All right. So let's move on. So be careful, because a lot of you want to be YouTubers. So just know you're going to have to deal with that. Because I know if you're on this channel and you want to be a YouTuber, I feel like you're going to be successful. You know, I feel like here on this channel, we have the most brilliant people. And I say that with all sincerity because I've interacted with so many of you. So just know you're going to be successful. They're coming to take your picture and say some wild stuff underneath your stuff. All right. So anyway, now let's move here. A little bit of Bitcoin news. That's right. A little bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum news, because this gives an update and tells us something that they didn't tell us in the article from yesterday. So this article is titled Hong Kong Bitcoin. Wait, let me scroll down. It says HK Hong Kong scene approving Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs as soon as Monday. Now, of course, this no guarantee, but if that happens, wow. It could be impactful. Not at first. We know how ETFs work. All right. It may take some time, but that's huge activity. It says here, just a little tidbit. Hong Kong may approve exchange traded funds investing directly in both Bitcoin and Ether, the two dominant cryptocurrencies, as soon as Monday, according to people familiar with the matter. An international arm of Chinese asset manager Harvest Fund Management Company, as well as a partnership between Bosera Asset Management International and Hashkey Capital. I guess they're going to be among the first who are expected to issue these things here. So that could be a big moment for Bitcoin ETFs. All right, now let's move on here. Got to move a little quicker now. Now, here's some Cardano information here. So Cardano apparently is going to be working with Huawei. Now, Huawei is, from what I remember, Huawei is banned from the US, right? But is very popular around the globe. Like, I think that they're the biggest manufacturer of routers or something like that. And I know they have something to do with cell phones also, I believe. All right. I just remember they were real popular I believe it was cell phones I used to hear, because I used to watch the videos and read articles about like Samsung phones, iPhones, because I need the best of the best phone to work on. Most of my work is done on the phone. I'm looking up information. I'm doing things. I'm calling people. I'm messaging people. I'm writing emails and stuff like that. And sure, I love my laptop, but my phone comes in handy when I need to do something quickly and efficiently, especially on the go, because I'm constantly on the go. So that's where I know Huawei from. I believe it was Huawei. They used to be heavy with the phones. But anyway, this article begins here. For context, Huawei Cloud is the flagship cloud service brand under the tech behemoth Huawei. Huawei Cloud is regarded as one of the foremost cloud computing entities globally. Under this alliance, Emergo will set up a Cardano validator node on Huawei Cloud, effectively integrating Huawei's cloud infrastructure into Cardano's public blockchain ecosystem. Furthermore, the collaboration enables Cardano developers to leverage Huawei Cloud's extensive computing resources to build Web3 solutions. Also, Cardano will gain entry to Huawei's marketplace, a widely used platform among leading enterprises. Besides, the fresh alliance seeks to bolster the interoperability and scalability of Cardano's cloud services. So if that's not big, I don't know what is. And according to the Cardano leader himself, there's a lot of other big announcements coming at some point in this year. All right, so now let's move on here. We have some gold articles. We have a dollar article, and we have a faster payments article. Let's check out this gold article here, because even though I saw earlier today, it looked like gold was down a little bit. Everything was down. The dollar crushes everything. That I don't see that lasting long at all. And it was only down by a little bit. It says the price of gold is at a record high. Well, once again, like I said, I saw earlier today, it came down a little bit. It says not accounting for inflation. And you saw what happened with inflation. It got worse, didn't it? Didn't get better. I told you. And then they said, what? Oh, we're not going to be able to cut rates. I told you they wouldn't be cutting rates. Didn't I say that? It's all logical, folks. Cause and effect. It says, as central banks continue to buy up the metal frenetically, and that's going to continue. And that's why I believe gold price will continue to stay high. It says, with People's Bank of China leading the way, economists say the trend reflects Beijing's goal of diversifying away from Western dollars to hedge against geopolitical headwinds. Of course, gold is protective and is a shield in many ways. Gold's value is in its liquidity, return characteristics, and resilience amid political turmoil, such as the Israel. Well, no, can't say that on here. It says, or economic downturns compared to other assets like stocks or currencies. Gold has been on a bull run for the past 2 months. Analysts have attributed this in part to expectations the U.S. Federal Reserve is poised to loosen monetary policy, lowering interest rates. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Not with the data that just came out. At least this is what I'm reading. So unless what I read was wrong. It says recent demand for the metal has been driven primarily by central banks in emerging markets. All right, let's move on here. We're going to end off with this dollar news. We need to keep up with what's going on with the dollar. It affects everything. So this article here is titled Dollar Jumps on Central Bank Divergence. Euro hits 5-month low. Last I saw, I think I checked the charts this morning, dollar was at 105, very green. It says the euro stumbled to a 5-month low against the dollar on Friday after the European Central Bank indicated it could soon cut rates, a divergence from market expectations for the U.S. Federal Reserve to keep rates higher until later in the year. The broad strength in the dollar also sent the Japanese yen to a 34-year low. Wow. As investors look for signs of a possible intervention from central bank officials. Every time they get involved, something goes wrong. Why would you want them to intervene? Recent U.S. economic data on the labor market and inflation have caused market expectations for a rate cut from the Federal Reserve to be dialed back yet again. And that's what I was saying. Exactly. Expectations for a cut of at least 25 basis points in June have shrunk to 24.9%, down from 53.2% a week ago, according to It Was All Good just a week ago. You remember? I'm sorry, that just came into my mind. You remember all those songs in the 90s that used to have that line in it, that phrase in it? It was all good just a week ago. Everything was good a week ago. Oh, man, it seems like that's coming back. All right. Oh, man. According to CME's Fed Watch tool, opens new tab. Wait, what? What is this? Wait a minute. Let me read that again. Expectations for a cut of at least 25 basis points in June have shrunk to 24.9%, down 53.2% a week ago. According to CME's Fed Watch tool, opens new tab, while expectations for a cut in July have fallen to 52.8% from 72.5% in the prior week. I think somebody's using voice type to make these. And so like sometimes you got to go back and edit. And they just didn't edit that out. It says opens new tab. They wanted not voice type, but like, you control your phone or you control your computer with your voice. I think that's what it is. And it just typed that. So anyway, we'll see how long the strength of the dollar lasts. These things are going to happen. The halving is coming up for Bitcoin. So, I don't think things will be immediate, the effects of the halving, but it could be. But at some point after the halving, we may see things skyrocket a little bit. No guarantees, of course, but we may see things skyrocket. If Bitcoin goes up, everything else is going to go up as well. The little dips and corrections, I say little, not because they're not significant, because some of them are definitely significant, but they're nothing. They never last. This bull run is just getting started, my humble opinion. And I don't see things staying down for long, man. As a matter of fact, this is the first time in a long time. Not for myself, but when I saw the charts this morning, I saw some things down 5%, 10%, some things down 20%. And I said to myself, wow, they just set up the biggest buying opportunity for some people. I know how some people think. And I was like, wow, that's unbelievable. And I do feel like it was done on purpose. Of course, on purpose. Every effect has its cause. Every cause has its effect, to drive them prices down and get better prices because those other institutions said they wanted in. And now, look, I don't know if it's going to go any lower. Maybe things are up by the time this video gets put out. But just think about it. Things were driven low. And those institutions that were on the side who said they wanted in various articles may have just been able to buy in a little bit lower than where everything was before. Interesting. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, all you great people out there, let's get to the money.